hour, on the hour. Welcome to Brighton Broadcaster News.
Good afternoon, you're listening to Brighton Broadcaster News. I'm Jack Oliver and here are our top stories at 3. 40% of homeless people who die in Brighton die from drug-related causes, according to a Brighton and Hove City councillor. The coroner, Veronica Hamilton-Dealey, says the city has more drug-related deaths than anywhere else. Lisa Hall reports.
In 2019, it was found that deaths from drugs were at an all-time high in the UK. At the Brighton Coroner's Court, coroner Veronica Hamilton-Dealey said that Brighton has more drug-related deaths per capita than any other coroner's office. Statistically, it is clear that rough sleepers often suffer more than most when it comes to drug abuse. 2 in 5 homeless people's deaths in Brighton are related to drug poisoning, according to Brighton and Hove councillor Nicole Brennan. With Brighton having the second largest homeless population in England, this statistic is high. Despite the fact that Brighton has a high volume of drug-related deaths, Ms Hamilton-Dealey has assured the public that these cases will never be dismissed as just another drug-related death, and that the coroner's office is totally committed to these investigations. I'm Lisa Hall for Brighton Broadcaster News.
Following a spate of violent and sexual crime occurring in Brighton over the last 6 weeks, our crime correspondent Jessie Williams has been investigating whether there is a threat of safety to Brighton's young community.
Violent or sexual offences make up 1 in 3 of the crimes committed in Brighton, according to the police. The city has one of the largest student communities in the country, with 2 universities and a high number of young people. Police Constable Rosine Vaffy from Sussex Police says crimes of this nature are more common in the age group of university students. But despite the rise in figures of sexual and violent crime across Brighton, and with some of the worst areas being hotspots for the younger generation, Rosine Vaffy says that we shouldn't see figures rising as a bad thing, but rather a sign that more victims are coming forward.
What we really want is we want the statistics to go up for sexual offending, because it means victims actually trust us enough to come and tell us about it.
Brighton and Hove Council are meeting tonight to decide if they are going to crack down on landlords who are turning family homes into flats. It follows a report which highlighted residents' concerns about the number of properties becoming what is known as houses of multiple occupation. Mariam Shubawali reports.
In the committee's report, they mentioned the key factors that supported their approach to extend this ruling. They would like to actively manage all HMOs in areas that have a large cluster. And they would also like HMOs to appeal to non-students and spread them away from the Lewis Road area. If the citywide direction goes through, it would likely come into force at the 3rd of January this year. I'm Mariam Shubawali reporting for Brighton Broadcaster News.
Brighton and Hove City Council are planning to build 250 new homes in Moulscombe, replacing offices and a youth centre. This has brought about mixed reactions from residents. Some fear it will cause congestion on the roads, but others welcome the fact it will bring new homes into the area. The council has discussed the proposals with local residents and community groups over the past year and is now holding a series of planning sessions. Our reporter Amy Nkwanta has more.
Comments made online show that some residents are not happy with the decision to build the new homes. In postings on social media, people say that they are worried it will add traffic to the roads and cause congestion. One comment read, "Terrible news, the whole of Lewis Road will end up a corridor of overbearing blocks on both sides, making everyone feel claustrophobic and queasy, and holding the buses and traffic up even more." Not everybody is opposed to the scheme. Supporters say it's great news and will add much needed homes and jobs to the community. I caught up with residents of Moulscombe to find out what the general public thinks of the redevelopment.
I do have concerns about how busy it is on Lewis Road already, and the parking is an absolute nightmare.
Amarachi Nkwanta, Brighton Broadcaster News.
Now for the weather. Despite a dry and mild start to the day, it seems we haven't seen the last of Storm Brendan here in Brighton, as the Met Office have just announced another yellow weather warning for rain this evening. Spells of heavy showers are predicted for this afternoon and evening, possibly leading to some flooding in a few locations. That's all for now. The time is 4 minutes past 3. Join us again tomorrow at 11. Goodbye.
Every hour, on the hour. Welcome to Brighton Broadcaster News.